Hello children. Hi everybody. Hope all of you are doing well. Could you all complete your given task of attempting all the questions in the worksheets? Hopefully yes. Good. So maybe today we are going to conclude the lesson, The Sound of Music. Before we continue with the third session, let's quickly go ahead with the recap of 2 modules before what I taught you. So the lesson is all about a young girl whose name is Evelyn Glennie, who was found to be deaf. Around 11 years of old, Glennie could realize that it's going to be forever. The deafness is going to follow her forever. Then without losing her hope, what did she do? She thought of continuing it. She thought of pursuing her own passion of excelling in music. Then there was a turning point of somebody's entry in her life. Who was that? Yes, you're right, that's Ron Forbes. He was the one to spot her, to notice her, that she has some special talent in her, special potential in her, that to feel the vibrations around her. So that's how The Sound of Music, the subtitle what is given here in the lesson is listening to the music without hearing it. So then she started practicing with the help of Ron Forbes, experiencing and feeling the vibrations around, and that's how she started her journey of music. Then the lesson has started when she was around 17 years old, whereas she was about to face the auditions of Royal Academy of Music, and there she got through with a very good score. You all might be remembering. Then in one of her interviews when she was giving it, she said that she learned English language as she heard till 10 years of age. Then by default she learned speaking English. But then she did not reveal anything about how did she learn her Japanese. And also she's just said that it sometimes becomes difficult to read the lips of the people, especially the men having beard. They may cause a little difficulty for her as she will not be able to read the lips completely. So now shall we all carry on, children? So please all of you get ready with your books and also running notes, and it's page number 19 and 7th paragraph we are going to start about. As for music, she explains, it pours in through every part of my body. Then she says that, as already we have learned, that she feels the vibrations around her with the help of her heart, body and mind. Then she says that it's not one particular body part, but complete body feels the vibrations. It pours in the sense completely she is immersed in music. It tingles in the skin, my cheekbones and even my hair. Tingles in the sense like tickling, it touches. So the music, it passes through the body of her without leaving any body part of her. She says that it is cheekbone and even my hair as well. It touches even the skin also, because it's one of the sense organs, right children? Then she senses the vibration, and that's how she learned. When she plays the xylophone especially, she can sense the sound passing up the stick into her fingertips. As you all know xylophone, how it is played. Then while she plays the xylophone, with the help of the stick what she uses to play the xylophone, it passes through the vibrations to her fingertips, and that's how she really enjoys her own music. By leaning against the drums, she can feel the resonances following into her body. Then how will she be understanding the sense of the music while she plays the drums? She leans back. She leans her back part of her body to the drums, and through which, as she keeps on playing, she would feel the vibrations around her body. As it flows, the music flows into her body, and the resonances is nothing but the echoes and the sounds, they flow into her body, and that's how she would understand what is she playing and how is she going about, and she also enjoys her own music. On a wooden platform, she removes her shoes so that the vibrations pass through her bare feet and up her legs as well. Then how will she be performing on a wooden platform? If the stage is made up of a wooden platform and she needs to play any musical instrument, then how would she feel the vibrations? Then she would remove her footwear, then she would play barefooted. Barefooted means wearing no shoes or no slippers. So barefooted she would play, and through which the vibrations enter into her feet and then carry to her legs as well, and that is how she would feel the vibrations around the body. And see children, they have given us about 3 things. One is about the xylophone. How would she feel the vibrations? That is with the help of the stick what she uses while playing the xylophone. It passes through. Then the drum sound, how would she feel? She leans back to the big drums and she would feel the vibrations which enter into her body. Then she also feels the vibrations as she plays any of the music on the wooden platform, and that's how the resonances they flow into her body through the feet. Are you all clear children? Is it not so wonderful? Yes. So now, not surprisingly, Evelyn delights her audiences. In 1991, she was presented with the Royal Philharmonic Society's prestigious Solistic of the Year award. So not surprisingly, Evelyn delights her audiences also. Delights is definitely she would entertain her audience also. So even audiences also used to be so desperate to listen to her music what she plays. And of course she got an identity, wonderful identity, a great identity in the year 1991. So please do underline this because they may ask you a question that list out her achievements. So in 1991, which award is presented to her? She was presented with the Royal Philharmonic Society's prestigious Soloist of the Year award, which is the greatest award in music field. Then says master percussionist James Blades, God may have taken her hearing, but he has given her back something extraordinary. What we hear, she feels far more deeply than any one of us. That is why she expresses music so beautifully. So there is a beautiful and a very noticeable comment made by another percussionist, James Blades. So even he is also one of the best players of the orchestra. So even he commented that God might have taken her hearing power, but he had gifted her with a great power that she can listen to the music without hearing but feeling the vibrations, which is far better than all of us. Usually children, whenever you talk to your elders also, they say, if at all they come across any of the people having any physical challenge, they say that God might have taken this away, but they are gifted with something other than them. If one door is kept closed, another door is always kept open. This is how the elders always they tell us, right? Because they are always right. So the same way, Evelyn, though she was completely deaf, as she could really feel the vibrations around, she could excel in the field of music. And Evelyn confesses that she is something of a workaholic. I have just got to work, often harder than classical musicians, but the rewards are enormous. So Evelyn confesses. There is a word confess. Confess is nothing but admitting. Confession is nothing but admitting something from the inner heart. Then she says that there is another word used, children, that she is workaholic. She says that it's something of a workaholic. Workaholic, usually it's an informal word. Colloquially, while we speak, while we talk, we use the word. Workaholic is, something which really makes you to immerse completely and which makes you to do always the same work. Whereas it's nothing but you are getting addicted to it. Continuously you want to do one particular work which you are very much interested to. So the same thing she says that I am workaholic. What is her work, children? Her work is to enjoy her music, play music and entertain the audience. Then she says the same thing. And she also says that the rewards are enormous. Enormous is nothing but very huge, uncountable. So as she kept on entertaining the public, the audience, even she was going on getting and grabbing many of the awards. Then she says even that count is enormous. Apart from the regular concerts, Evelyn also gives free concerts in prisons and hospitals. She also gives high priority to classes for young musicians. So see here children, she doesn't want to stop her passion only by giving her own performances to earn money, income or the name to become one of the greatest celebrities in the world. But what she used to do, not only for the money, but also she used to offer her performances for free in the prisons and hospitals. Prisons, whom do you find in the prisons? Maybe the criminals, the ones who are imprisoned there for several years. So at least they can have some entertainment for some while. So to entertain them, she used to give her performances. In the hospitals as well, whom do you find in the hospitals? The patients. Sometimes, they are so dissatisfied, disappointed. Sometimes you see them losing their hopes also. So for such people, her music used to boost the confidence. Maybe it used to serve a little hope to live in them. So even she used to do that. Not only that, but also to continue the music around the world. She even used to teach the young musicians the music as well. Anne Richlin of the Beethoven Fund of Deaf Children says she is a shining inspiration for deaf children. They see that there is nowhere that they cannot go. So there is another person who commented and who complimented about our Evelyn Glennie. That is Anne Richlin. She is the Beethoven Fund of Deaf Children. Says she is the head. She is the one who is running that voluntary association. She also comments that she is a shining inspiration for deaf children, because she is not only giving the inspiration, but also she is training the other children to let them also become as how she has become now. So she is spreading her inspiration around. So that's the reason she is called as what? Shining inspiration. And she also boosts up the confidence among the deaf children, saying that they can go anywhere carrying their spirit of learning music. Evelyn Glennie has already accomplished more than most people twice her age. So please underline this complete sentence, children. This is where you will understand about her greatest achievement. So she is the one who is so young and who has achieved the biggest and the biggest awards, whereas even double of her age also could not get those rewards. It means being so young, she could really win many of the awards. She has brought percussion to the front of the orchestra and demonstrated that it can be very moving. So even she brought even the people, percussionists, as already we have heard about this word. Percussionist is the one who plays any of the musical instruments, being one among the orchestra. Then she, because usually those people are not seen and they are behind the screen, or they are somewhere away from the main singers or main musicians. Then what did she do? She said that taking a part in any of the music concerns, everybody's contribution is equally important. To prove that, what did she do? She even brought the percussionists also onto the stage, whereas she used to say that no, every music, every part and every element of the music has its own importance, and she brought them onto the dais, spreading the inspiration. She has given inspiration to those who are handicapped. So now this word is no more, children, like we used to use it before, handicapped. Now the word is taken away, and we usually use the word as what? Physically challenged or differently abled. There is another word, children. Please make use of it. If at all you come across any of the people having any physical challenge, please do not call them as handicapped. Please do call them as what? Having physical challenge, or they are differently abled. Now you please see, if at all we call Evelyn Glennie as differently abled, is it not suiting her? Of course, though she may not really listen as she has problem with her hearing, but she is able to feel the vibrations. That is a special ability what is gifted to her. That's how she is called what? Differently abled, which we are not. So that is suiting. So handicapped word is taken away. So who are handicapped also were inspired, the people around her. People who look to her and say, if she can do it, I can. That's how she has really spread the inspiration among all the people having any physical challenges, They felt the same thing by looking at her, Evelyn, thinking that, oh God, she's such a girl who lost her hearing power, and she is into the field of music which has to deal something with sounds. The one who cannot hear the sound, when she is excelling in the field of music, why can't I do it? A self question, So that is how she inspired the people, where she has inculcated everybody to have a self question to motivate themselves. And not the least, she has given enormous pleasure to millions. They just conclude with the sentence saying that thus she continues her journey, entertaining millions and millions of people. Is the lesson clear, children? Hope all of you have understood. Yesterday I was telling you that if at all you would like to know more about Evelyn, you can please surf through. Right now also she is quite busy giving her performances around the world, and you can see her live concerts and videos, and also you can follow her in her Insta as well. So now quickly let's comprehend the given questions after the lesson given. Let's see. How old was Evelyn when she went to the Royal Academy of Music? All of you please turn to the first page where the lesson started. We have heard about that she was excited, she was tensed, she was nervous. There is a description given, and about her physique as well, how thin she was. How old was she? She was not looking like 17 years old girl. It's mentioned, children, please look at the first paragraph. She was looking younger than 17 years. So how old was Evelyn when she went to the Royal Academy of Music to give her audition, first test to get the entrance there? She was 17 years old. When was her deafness first noticed? Her deafness was first noticed by whom, children? Her mother. When she was 8 years old. You all remember, as she was busy playing piano, her mom called her twice, thrice and many a times, which could not be heard by Evelyn. That's how her mother could notice, but she did not take it seriously. But when was it confirmed? Confirmation is usually, it is given by the specialist. Then confirmation is given when she was around 11 years old by the doctor, a specialist. Then you have a little bigger short answers only. Yeah. Who helped her to continue with music? Who helped? Who was the turning point in the life? I made you all underline the name. A percussionist. The one who plays one of the musical instruments, being one in the orchestra, is Ron Forbes. What did he do and say? He said that you have a special potential, my dear. So you need not hear to the sound but try to feel the sound. So he made her to realize that she can really feel the vibrations around, and she doesn't need to really listen or hear to the music. Just another question, children. Name the various places and causes for which Evelyn performs. Name the various places and causes for which. As I said, she not only plays only to get the fame and name and money, but also she gives her performances in the hospitals and also prisons. That's where you can even expand your answers also. So that's all for today, children. I hope this is really very inspiring for me, and I felt a lot of inspiration, and there were vibrations and goosebumps as I was teaching you all. Hopefully even you might have experienced the same thing. We shall continue with another Indian iconic musician, that is Bismillah Khan, maybe in the next session. So before I conclude, as usual, children, I shall be serving you the worksheet. Please do attempt all the questions and get 10 on 10 there. So stay home, stay safe. Goodbye. See you all. This is Vijaya signing off. Thank you.